Good morning, everybody. Sir Markadu here. Welcome to the broadcast. And we're going to learn a lot this morning about business, how business works, how to sell, how to upsell, whatever you like. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things should be added unto you. Trust me, it will. You have to concentrate, meditate, and you understand one thing, that when you serve a mighty God, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. Okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to open up the lines. It's a live call. It's a broadcast. This is not a show. So I might get up and move around, go to the bathroom, whatever. But we're here to learn today. We're going to call it almost like a lunch and learn. Okay? So the lines again are open, 404-286-6700. All right? 404-286-6700. Now, let's get started too. I'm gonna say the number a couple of times during the broadcast so we can hopefully one or two or three or four or five or six of y'all have some questions. There's going to be a lot of information moving around. But let's get right to it. What I want to make sure people understand is grassroots economics. When you're dealing with grassroots economics, you have to be very keen to understand that you're really looking to deal with the community at hand. How do you deal with the community? How do you extract money out of the community in legally, morally, and ethically? So once you have those three things down pat, then you can realize that you're doing what you're supposed to do. But you gotta know how to deal with 5-year-olders all the way up to 95-year-olders. How does it really work? So let's get right to it, okay? Let's deal with an international model. So we'll deal with an international model so that you know that you can make money in the hood, your neighborhood, where it's all good, okay? So let's deal with number one issue here. How are you going to let people know that around the globe now, and where you live, how are they going to know who you are? That's the question. What's the number one thing that you're going to need, right? Mm-hmm. That people know who you are around the globe. So, you want to take a crack at it, Mary?
Let's say advertising.
Okay, advertising. The answer is a brand. You have to have a brand. Mm-hmm. See, there's one thing to own a restaurant, mm-hmm. and people in Africa, if you're in Boston or Atlanta, they're going to do business with you in Africa? They cannot, right? Mm-hmm. But if you have a product mm-hmm. and a service that potentially can move around the globe, you're going to need a brand. That's how they're going to recognize you. There's no other way about it. Tell your children, if y'all have children in the house right now, snatch them out of the bed. Say, come on in here and learn what they need to be learning. They need to know. I learned this when I was 10 years old, 11. You know, a couple of, one of my business, well, they weren't business associates, one of the locals, they were two Jew guys, matter of fact. They were two. Yeah. But, you know, I believe if it was any other ethnic group that was concerned about the community, and there was somebody who was aggressively wanting to learn something, it doesn't matter what they not say. I just happen to mention them because, you know, because we don't give too much homage to anybody. I'm African American. I'm American. So, and I'm teaching economics. Go figure, right? But I'm doing it on a mass scale now. So we got to understand that. Get your children out of that bed. Tell them to get them away from that TV and get them over here. Say, the only way you're going to move a product or or a service around the globe, you gotta have the brand. But what's the number one brand on the planet? And see, these are not just questions I'm saying just to see if I can catch people. It's just to get people to think about what they know already and does it match up to what I'm saying. All right? So what's the number one brand on the globe right now? If anybody, I would love for somebody to call that and let me know, but I don't know, we're just working off time, but what's the number one brand on the planet?
Yourself.
Hey! You're the first one. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody give her a hand. Give Anne Marie a hand. That is the number one brand on the planet. Tell your children you're the brand. If without them, who gonna move it? Who's gonna move it? You are the brand. You the creator of the brand. So if you look at your children, can you move this way a little bit because I'm trying to get that light? Yeah. If you're gonna teach your children how to make money or do anything, you have to let them know they're the number one gun in town. So if you ruin that brand, who's gonna buy that brand? But I had it, was right on the money. Spend it this way. Yeah, that's good. Right there. If you don't educate your children,
no one else will.
or you have to rely on someone else to do it.
Well, you can't, not the public food system.
Right. And so it's very, very important that we educate our children, our friends, our family, our people in church, the sports team, everybody. You know, if you're associated with a church and you can make a difference in that church, or you're a teacher and you can make a difference in those students, right? That's where God is. Because he's going to make sure that these kids are educated enough, and these adults too, to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'm the brand, and nothing moves without me. You can move another brand now. You can move anything, right? But without you, it ain't going to move. And they're not buying the product, they're buying you anyway. Everybody kind of knows that. You hear it, they're not buying the product, they're buying you, right? So if that's true, then you have to protect the brand. That means image is everything, right? Okay, so we in there. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I heard my daughter's cousin said that to her the other day. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So
She's in the music business.
Good. So there are people out there talking. So imagine if we all came together collectively and began to teach the system. And then we got a community of people that's really getting after it, right? Especially our kids, they're so vulnerable, you know, and so impressionable. So if we started to tell our children how precious they are, how great their brand, you as a brand is, and that you have to protect that brand at all costs, then we're going to really see the economy pick up. And I just hope that I can take this thing so far that even when I'm dead and gone, that the knowledge and the wisdom is going forth. Okay? So we have the brand, the number one brand, right? Now I'm going to take it outside of who we are as the brand. Now we're going to talk about product and service. What's the number one product brand on the market today? There's quite a few of them. Let's not say number one. What's some of the top brands on the planet? There we go.
Say Tide, you mean products?
Yeah, products.
Okay.
No, but you want to say what's the top 5 that you can think of that without thinking you know that this brand and service and company is all over the planet.
American Express.
American Express.
Bank of America.
Bank of America. They're all over. McDonald's.
Okay. Yeah.
That's huge, right? Microsoft. Huge.
Apple.
Apple. Huge. right? Facebook,
Right.
Google, Yahoo,
LinkedIn, yeah.
okay?
Right, yeah.
People are on them things every day trying to make something happen. And that's where I'm leading to, Anne Marie. That those brands right there, those social media brands, moves your business like this. Like no people now respond to me and say, hey, I seen your a blast, I seen your link, I seen your it's on. What's the newest, let me tell you the newest brand on the market right now. It's called Instagram.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. On the phone.
If you don't have Instagram, what you need to do is download the app to your phone. You can do it on your main base to your computer. But you want to download the app and you want to put in Sir Markadu, follow me. See, one of the biggest things that we need to do, we need to learn how to follow each other.
Like with Twitter.
Yeah, you say click, follow, you know, because it connects us. See, the social media realm is designed for you to get rich. It really is. A lot of that stuff, but if you look at a lot of that you look at those mediums, what happens is they use it for just for connections, right? But people like me, I don't use it to say, hi,
I don't use it either. Not on Facebook.
But as you begin to get in business, you want to be on that. You want to get on because soon as you get out there and they see you and you respond and say, yeah, they say, oh, I found Anne Marie. If you ever done business before with, let's say, multi-level marketing, come on, son. Let me go. What's up, Mark? That's Anne Marie.
Hi.
Mr. Marcus is in it. Have you ever been in multi-level marketing before?
Yeah, Primerica.
Primerica.
For a little while, yeah.
How many years? Approximately.
I think it was 1 year or 2.
Okay, how many recruits and how many people did you come in contact with?
A lot.
Okay. How many of those people you know that you're here in Atlanta today?
Say that again.
How many people that you met through Primerica know you live in Atlanta?
About 10, maybe.
That's a small percentage.
Yeah.
Because you said a lot. Now that's 10. How many people do you think you met in those halls?
Many.
Okay, let's say 1,000. Let's say 500. Okay, let's say 100, just to keep it simple. So that means 10% of those people know you live in Atlanta. But let's say you get in business with us, right? And you start your own line of products. How are they going to know what you do? Because what I'm going to teach you is how to ship all over the world. How are they going to? Wouldn't it be nice if they knew that you lived here and that you was selling products, and that you now can market to all that 100 people, and they found you? Oh, that's Anne Marie. She got her own business, but without social media, it's hard to get out there. All right, so that's very important. So that leads me to the next thing. You're the brand, Anne Marie is the brand, because you got to be the brand because how are we going to move the product, right? But what's the number one way to move your product, Anne Marie, your brand?
I think online.
Marketing.
Okay, marketing.
You got to do marketing. That's number 2. Folks, you know how many people I spoke to and said that's one of the biggest problems is marketing? It's incredible. But it's basic. This is like 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. You know what I'm saying? We have to take and that's what the social media is all about. Either going to use it as the medium and say, hi, what you doing, girl? Right? Or you say, hey, I got a product, girl. We got a product here. And as soon as you say, I got a product, it changes the formula from hi, girl, to can I buy some of that? Right? And that's where we need to be.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, look like we got a caller. Caller, you on the air?
Hey, Sir Marcus, this is Rodney from Houston. How you doing?
Rodney! What's going on, big brother Evans?
Hey, Hey, not much, not much. I'm just calling in talking about the social media and the marketing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy because in the last month since I have started my social media campaign,
Yes.
between Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
I went from right around 100 people to a little over 500 people.
Woo! Wait a minute, we got to clap for that. Say that again. Say that part again. You went from what to what?
I went from right around 100 people to a little over 500 people in about a 2-week period.
See that? So we can only imagine what's going to happen when it starts to really take hold and people start following each other.
Well, here's the thing, though. In that time, now people have actually placed orders with me online. They've gotten product. Now I have those same people not only following me, but inviting other people, and they are now advertising and marketing for me for free.
Touchdown.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, we were checking out the website yesterday. It looks good. Checking out the social sites. It's all there. It's for real.
And that's funny. I'm glad that Mark mentioned that, right? Because we spoke about that yesterday, didn't we, Rodney?
Yes, we did.
About your
And
website.
There's a couple of suggestions that you put in there that I'm going to be making a couple of changes.
Amen. This is what. Go ahead, Rodney.
Also, same thing. I also have 2 online stores that are going to be opening up in the next couple of weeks. So I'm just really looking for everything to blow up.
Oh my God. And
Congratulations.
it will. You know, Rodney, when I first met you, I met you at your sister's event,
Yes, correct.
right? And she had told you about me, correct?
Yes, she did.
And then soon as we made connections, what happened? I sent you some samples or something?
You sent me some samples, and you told me when you first sent it, don't do anything until you call me. After I got the box, I called you, and we talked on the phone a couple different times.
Keep talking.
And you had me watch a couple of videos and started talking about marketing. And then the next thing was I just grabbed the bull by the horns, called in, ordered my first 150 bottles, and then I started marketing the Chronic Killer
First.
to different places here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took it because I saw the potential to get into schools and churches and so forth. So that's when I rebranded it, changed the name, and started approaching different organizations. Yes, I have it on the shelves in a few stores in Texas and even a college campus in Louisiana.
Wow.
But once I changed the name and just started attacking that other market,
Yes.
and got into the fundraisers, which I love fundraisers.
Touchdown again.
I love fundraisers. It has just been phenomenal. And in fact, this coming up week, I have my first shipment heading out to Ohio. I'm expanding into Toledo, Ohio. I've got a couple stores there, and also someone who has signed up to be a distributor for me.
You are killing them. You know what? You know, I don't know. I think I mentioned this to you. And I'm really going to press everybody about this to really get our kids going. We got to market flyers and business cards to the colleges. It's imperative. And to the high schools. You got to put that marketing. Now, when I say to the college, you can do some college campus stuff with permission, of course, right? But
Correct.
all the little stores that are surrounded around those colleges, okay, the laundromats and the mobile stores and the restaurants and all that, and there's a lot of those stores around the college town that will let you put up flyers, especially when you talk about recruiting youth to make money. Because I told some of these vendors, I said, listen, if you let me put this card in there, I recruit these students. They're going to have more money to spend with you.
Yes, and that works. In fact, the college campus that I'm on, in Louisiana, it's actually a college campus. It's Grambling, where the products are at.
Oh my
Nice.
God, man, them dorms ain't never going to be the same with them oil
They're
burners.
not, and they are loving it.
Nice.
And the young lady who has started out there is doing quite well.
Wow.
Nice.
You're killing me here, Dan. You're killing me. Because we don't talk as much as that we will be talking, but Man, this is fantastic. See, because people need to know. That's why I'm going to be doing this broadcast every Saturday. I'm not playing around. And I can't wait till you do your broadcast. Oh, my God. When you going to start your broadcast, Rodney? When you going to start your own broadcast?
Yeah, right now, the way that things are expanding, I'm just trying to find the time. Because, I mean, it's just getting crazy. I've been invited to take part in 2 events. One of them is going to be this weekend. It's actually going to happen on Facebook. There is an online blitz. Different people have been offered an opportunity, a window to offer their products. So I'm taking part in that. It was too easy to pass up. There's already been over 3,000 people invited. So it's free advertising and getting my name out there anymore.
You need to educate Mark and Studio Stephanie on that, too, because if you help Mark with that, then Mark can help me with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, anytime.
Now,
Also,
go ahead. No, I'm
January
listening.
25th, I've been invited to an event where vendors, such as myself, businesses, are going to be presenting business opportunities for people who are looking to start their own business. So that's an opportunity for me to present to get more distributors, which is something I'm very excited about.
Awesome. You're killing me, man. Hey, we gotta figure out a way that we can get you to stop broadcasting even through our Ustream. We can talk to Mark, and I want to even do our Ustream. If we can get you to do a show through our medium, would you do it?
Yeah, I could do that. Right now, it would definitely have to be weekends, but yeah, I mean, that is something that I'm definitely open to.
That way you can connect to your constituents around the United States and around the globe when you get global.
I'm working on that.
We getting ready to bust into Africa, Rodney.
I know. I had somebody from Zambia asking me about products and getting there, as well as the Philippines.
Nice.
It's crazy, man. Well, Rodney, I would need you to do this. I need you to tell us more, just real quick now. Tell us more about what you do with the kids, because that's important for me.
Well, basically what's been going on is using the fundraisers. I approached it like nobody else here ever has, which I got from you. And that was, the organization always makes money, but I put together the package where the kids also get something from each product that they sell. Therefore, you take away the whole thing about having to be in the top 3 people or the top performers. Everybody gets something. I do give something to the top 3 performers out of my pocket, but the whole point is every kid gets to earn something. And they quickly see that the more work they put in, the more they get in return.
There you go.
And that gives them the drive to do better instead of just trying to do the bare minimum. You know, they have this period, they can make more, they do more, and then they feel better at the end of the day once they get that money in their hands.
You hitting it, man. You're hitting it. Again, this is Rodney Evans. We want to add anything else, Mr. Evans?
Nope, I'm good. I just wanted to call in, and definitely say, hey, social media is the way to go. I have actually had to download a program called Hootsuite so that I could manage all of my social media in one spot.
Do that again. And say that name again.
It's called Hootsuite.
Now spell it. Rodney.
Social media is for free.
Wait a minute, Rodney. No. You gotta spell it for us.
Okay. It's Hootsuite. HOOTSUITE.
Okay. Now tell us what that really, really does for us.
Hootsuite allows me to manage my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of my social media, all from one screen.
Wow.
I can schedule broadcasts to go out. I can get all of the followings from people that I'm following all on one screen, and it saves me at least 2 hours a day online. And it makes it so much easier for me to blast out different marketing, different sales, advertisements, everything. It is just phenomenal.
Wow. I can't wait to use it. I can't wait to use that. Oh my God, that was a wealth of information just right there. Are you kidding me?
Amazing.
You needed to, after the show, after the broadcast, we really we really need to set up and find out more about how we can get you on the broadcast, even if it's on the weekends, through our medium. We got to get you going. Your sister's out there, I'm out there, and we got to get you out there now.
Oh yeah, I'm with it. All right, I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer.
Thank you, Mr. Rodney.
Sure.
God bless you and your family.
Thank you, and you too.
All right,
Talk to you
continue.
soon.
Continue.
You know I'm calling to reorder every couple of weeks, so hey.
Continue to listen in, okay?
Oh, I will.
Okay, big
Talk
brother.
to you later.
All right, God bless you. Very, very good. I ain't like that.
It was very interesting.
See, because you have family who says in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, my daughter's cousin. Yeah.
Your daughter's cousin. Now, do you think there's anything you can teach your daughter's cousin? Like your daughter and her cousin?
I'm sure.
Now you can add something to their life, right?
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about. Just what can we add to each other's life?
Because
Just,
you never stop learning. Yeah.
people do though. But you'll never even, I mean, I'm not saying you're right. They're always learning, even if it's negative or positive. So you're always learning. So, you know, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, Rodney Evans, my man down in Houston, Texas. If you're down in Houston, in that area down there, you give me a call, and what I'll do is I'll get you in touch with Rodney Evans so he can help you with some of your sales techniques. If you know anybody in Houston that want to make money down in that area, you give me a call, and I'll make sure I put your family or your friends or associates in touch with Rodney Evans. And any of my other associates that are out there, that's what we're going to begin to do. We're going to do a campaign on finding people in the communities where my master distributors, they're all over the place. LA, San Diego, Boston, wherever y'all at, you know, and I want to send you more customers. That's the deal, okay? But you got to get after those colleges and those high schools, okay? Because we're going to change the way America does business, okay? So we're there. Go ahead, Mark.
I downloaded the app.
Hoopsuite?
Yeah.
Okay, now what's it? How's it?
Well, I'm
You
looking into it now.
See, once Mark learns this, it's gonna be easier for us to sit on, open up the camera and say, hey, this is how Hoopsuite really, really works. This is how Instagram really, really works. And I'm looking, and I've been waiting for the day that Mark has his own broadcast where he's teaching some of the things that we doing so that we can be more effective. Months. Give me that mouth. Okay? So, we're going to move on to the next, I'm going to call this, it's called the 5 elements to international business. 5 principles. And I learned this when I was 10 and 11. By the time I was 12, I was an expert at it. Okay? And my son's 14, my youngest son's 14, and believe me, we're talking about him this morning. I can't wait to get him into some of the things that we're doing. Well, here's a matter of fact. This is his display. This is my son's display, and we made it for him. So he's on vacation right now. But when he gets back, now he has something to be proud of. His own name. You have to privately. See, I have my fundraising products, which is Heavenly Body products, right? I have the body oils. Do me a favor, can you go grab me
Are those pure essential oils?
No, these not essential. There's 2.
Okay.
These are body oils.
It's body oil.
Right.
Okay.
And these are pure body oils. The smell is high and intense. So what I do is Heavenly Body products on this, the air fresheners on that. And then I'm going to show you a display that we did for Heavenly Body. So we have the whole set. We have the body oils and we have the air fresheners. And that's for a fundraising organization really want to move product, right? Excuse me. But there's another way. If they want to buy their own stuff, that's what I'm doing too. We private label for them so they can push it through their own church or school or whatever it is, right? Now, this is my wife's display. Because my wife is into holistic kind of stuff. And she did the meditation and all that, yoga and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you like that stuff?
I
Well, make sure you talk to my wife after this is over. And this is my wife's display. And here go Heavenly Body Products right here. This is my wife's. Okay, son, love you. Man. See you in a minute. And this is Heavenly Body Products display. So I'm talking about super excited about where this company is going now. I mean, it's so crazy because, God is like, now is the time. And I said, wait a minute, that's President Obama.
Were you the person who did the class about introduction to yoga? Okay.
Yes, I have it every month at the
At the library? Oh, you get around, don't you? You don't mess around.
In that 10, but
You're a community person, ain't
My
you?
next one is January 25th.
January 25th. Anybody local or you're going to be in Atlanta right around January 25th? My wife will tell you more about it right now. Go ahead. I mean,
Yes,
this
it
is
will
all-
be it will be at the Salem Panola Library. It's a free seminar on learning how to relieve yourself of stress with yoga and meditation. And it's from 11 a.m. to noon, so it's 1 hour, and it's very refreshing. And what I do is I explain what yoga is about and how it's not a religion. It's all about making your body flexible because we have to be in this one body until we're at least 100 years old. And so we need to understand that yoga is a form of massaging your organs and making sure everything is functioning properly. And then I also discuss nutrition. And then I help the people learn about the science of breathing, the art of breathing, which is so important because a lot of people, they sit hunched up, especially being on a computer or something like that all day. They sit like this, and you're shortening your breathing, the air inside of your
breathe
lungs.
properly.
Yes, exactly. So I go over those things, and they always enjoy it. But I have it every month at the library for free. It's kind of
So what
like
if they want to
charity.
get in touch with you, though?
They can contact me at Studio Stephanie, which is StudiosTephanie, Studio Stephanie, or they can give me a call at 678-330-8139. Again, that's 678-330-8139. I'm also a certified life coach. So if you need some assistance in mapping out a plan for your life to have peace of mind and understand how to have balance with your work and life,
And yourself.
yes, definitely. I can give you some assistance in that area. Thank you.
It's so beautiful, to have, some talent like that in the family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody that know me, they say, man, you done calmed down a lot, huh? I mean, I was high strung because my mind was all over the place, And so that, and I was, I came from I have history. Yeah, we all do, and my history was volatile. I mean, it's like, and so when I met her, it was like still, and and she, at times she would turn her back with me, but most of the time she like look at me like, man, it's gonna be okay what's wrong with you? You'll be fine. Just do that, do that. And so you learn a couple of techniques, and you begin to balance your life out. And now that this is the beautiful thing about Studio Stephanie is that when she helped balance your life out, there's a lot to your life. Most of y'all have a book inside of you. All of us really have a book inside of us. We have these goals and aspirations, things that we do, and we gotta know how to process it so that we can really get it out. And see, now she also a certified book.
Author?
She's an author. So she can kind of lead you in that right direction too, right? And what is the edit? And I mean, well, you don't do it. I mean, it's the same, but I mean, just to be able to put yourself in we're getting ready to write my book. She's getting ready to put me on tour in the colleges. And so, go figure, And we meet, and boom, 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 and then all these crazy things happen. And then all of a sudden, I'm writing a book. I got a lot of books inside me, and then going to college tours, and mellow it out, teach these kids the finer points of life, And that's it. And she's right behind me. I mean, she's right beside me, so she's gonna get her chance. I think we go into a lot of this stuff as a panel, where you kind of boom, and then I tack them on the money part. Go ahead, man.
And that's the beautiful part about working together. We encourage each other, we motivate each other, and
complement
we
each
sharpen each other's blades.
Have
And that's
to.
what relationships should do. It should enhance, and instead of tearing you down, it should build you up.
And you know, case in point, because we went through that the other day. I mean, you know, I said something. She said we got a little. Well, she got a little angry at me, and it don't last that long. You know what I'm saying? That's the beautiful part about it. That, I mean, everybody. If you've been married for a while, you know, people say, man, we still got our little rips, but it doesn't last that long. The ones that understand, you know, that I ain't going nowhere, you ain't going nowhere, so let's mellow out. Let's get back. That was family business. Let's get back to Let's Talk business. Okay. Now, we got it now. We know who the brand. We know it's the brand. And we know it's going to take some marketing to move the brand, right? Now, you dealt with Primerica, right? And I did A.L. Williams before Primerica, right? Just to prove it. Here go one of my plaques. I was a regional vice president of the company. This is my plaque. One of the plaques that I won. As a matter of fact, I went RVP. Once I went to manager, the next step, I did it all in 1 month. I was there. And at that time, I was #1 in recruiting, recruiter of the year. So I know how to recruit, and that's my biggest thing. I'm a master recruiter. Matter of fact, sir means senior international recruiter. So I'm in there. So my thing is to teach people how to do it, right? So, in case in point, we were with that company. What was their main? What was their flagship product? Insurance. Insurance. Buy term and invest the difference, right? Okay. But they weren't the only insurance game. They're not the only insurance company in the game, are they? So there's something that you had to do, or we had to do, to convince people that we had the best brand. Oh, you ain't gonna make no money. So how do you convince people to buy your brand over another brand? It's only one word. And it's called psychology. You have to, to convince somebody to do something other than what they're already doing. Because I was one of the masters at getting people to get out of Prudential or MetLife and get this. But what did it take? It took psychology. You can't just walk up on somebody because you got body oils or air freshener and you think they want that. You have to see okay, let's deal with that. Air freshener. I'm not the only air freshener company in the world, but I do things that the average air freshener people don't do. I spray mine because I know once a woman, especially women, they get that scent in their nose, it's hard to get it out. Because it goes right into the nose, it goes straight over here, right into the cranium. And once it gets there, I say, this will make your whole house smell good. Then the woman's mind left from here, from the cranium, it went all the way to the house. They can imagine that whole house is smelling good with that fragrance that I just sprayed for them. Is that power or what? But it's all psychology. You got to know how to close those deals fast. And normally, especially when the business that we're in, either you're going to spray or you're going to touch it with a little bit of oil, right? Right? You know, women like to do that. So that's the psychology is number 3. And this is international business. How am I going to get somebody to buy my product in Africa if I don't know what I'm doing? I have to convince somebody with psychology to take my product to Africa, to Jamaica, to Canada, to Europe, and help them believe that they're going to make this money. That's what all other companies did, right? The people coming to try to recruit you, they said, man, you're going to make all kinds of money. And it may happen, it may not happen. I made tens of thousands of dollars with A.L. Williams. But I made much more with my brand. Me, right? Okay, so we're there. That's number 3, psychology. You got your brand, you got your marketing. Now you got people, you got to show people that your brand and your brand is better than any other brand. That's psychology. Number 4, what is it going to take for you to make sure that these people do it with ease? That, like Rodney said, you got these people out there, he's on Facebook and all that now, he's on Hootsuite, whatever it is. It's got to be simple, so people can gravitate towards it. So simplicity is number 4. Can you imagine me learning this at 10, 11, 12 years old?
I can't imagine. Some people are old souls.
I'm an old soul. And they picked up on that. They picked up on that. They said, this kid wants to learn. You know? And plus I was already a little hustler. I was off fashion. So they said, man, this boy, he's going to do something. He's going to be somebody, right? So, the simplicity, when they said, son, you got to make it simple. It's got to be real simple for these people to get to you and to want to, and you're going to have to be, for people to talk about you, it's got to be simple. If it's complicated, if nobody understands it, then what?
Yeah, it's going to turn them on. Yeah.
Simplicity is the name of the game. It's gotta be so simple that a 5-year-old understands it. It's got to be so simple that a 5-year-old can teach this whole system, hands down. You can ask a child, 5 years old, do you need some extra cash? Some extra money? Yeah. Even a child that don't even handle money, they'll tell you they need some money. That's incredible. That's powerful. That's why y'all, you gotta bring your children into it. My kid, 14 years old. Well, Mark was 9 when I started. So my mind was already right? But I was already in Primerica when he was even this big. I was in Primerica, it was A.L. Williams. So, right at a young age, these kids knew. I said, you gotta have your own business if you're gonna be someone, you know? So, simplicity. Number 5. What does simplicity, you gotta understand what simplicity does. Number 5, simplicity creates duplication. And that's where the money's at. It's in simplicity and duplication. So if you can get there, where you can, that's why all this social network and social media means so much, right? That's why that means so much, because it makes it simple. It makes it duplicatable, right? And now you got, we got these people that we're sending through all these social media, and they're like, hey, I can do that. That's why I said, you got to get Instagram. Right now, Instagram's the hottest thing. I shot out about 3 commercials yesterday on Instagram. 3 of them, quick ones. Buy this, buy that. And once you get those elements of international business out of the way, all you need is the right product and the right service, right? See, even your daughter's cousin, she's in the music industry. These 5 principles is he. He will even do, if you haven't met him, and I started teach him a couple of things, just like Rodney said, I'm real simple. I'm not going to complicate it, And so even he's going to realize that he got to use his social media and all that stuff a whole lot different, right? Now, I want to get into a little bit, I'm going to take a couple of minutes and get into products. Some of the things, products and how you hook your customer. A lot of these, what people don't would need to understand, what people really need to understand about their customer base is it's you ever hear of loyalty programs? It's a loyalty you have to create a loyalty program. I'm getting ready to get into a loyalty program that's really nice. Every time they come in, they boop, they hit the screen and they tell them that they were there. And every time they come to buy something, and then when after like they maybe the fifth time, you give them something free. It's nothing crazy, right? Just something free, just to keep them. Huh?
Like a trip, Disney cruise trip.
Ah, I like that. Anne Marie said like a Walt Disney trip. I said after 5 visits, I get for it. That's funny. But see, okay, I'm gonna show you. She's funny. Okay. Oh, there you go. This is what I do. If somebody comes in and buys X amount of dollars worth of stuff, I just give them a poster. If I'm out in the street and somebody, I said, you know what? I'm selling. I got some burning oils for sale. But if you buy one of these, I give you a poster, free poster. Well, it's only 25 cents to me. I took a $5 bottle, gave away 25 cents, right? And I got my name on the back of my company name. So that when they take the poster home, and somebody said, where'd you get that? I got it from Heavenly Body Products. Where they at? 2571 Park Central Boulevard. You know, what's their phone number? 404-286-6700. Yes? Is that the right thing to do? So, this is the deal. I have because I was President Obama's Essential over here when he was running. I got a whole box of 100. You get the same one, $25. Can't mix and match if I'm shipping, but you get the whole box of the same thing for $25. It's 25 cents. So when you create a loyalty program for yourself, awesome. Now we're open every Saturday now. I just started last Saturday. They begged me, and I finally gave in. I'll be open from 10 to 2 every Saturday, okay? Until further notice. But come on in. I got we decided that we're going to get out of the toilet paper business. It's just doesn't fit with what I'm doing. $18 a case, can't beat it. 48 rolls, 525 sheets. When they're gone, come on in, get it. You can sell it for $25 a case. Enjoy.
So we have a call.
Caller, you on the air?
Hello?
You're on the air. Can you turn your volume down just a little bit? Thank you. Caller, you on the air. Who's this?
This is Jamil Rashad. I was trying to get onto the U Street.
What's up, Jamil? You trying to get on?
Yeah.
Just go on Ustream.com. And when you get on,
I'm here.
okay, and now in the search bar, put Sir Media Group.
Okay, I found you. I had closed out the window by mistake. How's everybody doing?
Everything great, man. Hey, how you doing, Rashad?
Outstanding, sir. Outstanding. I told you I'd give you a call. Give a call back here.
I'm glad you did. Rashad, where you live at? What part of the country you at?
I'm in South Carolina.
South Carolina. How long you been doing business with us?
You just sent me the sample. We had talked a couple days ago.
Just wanted to make sure. Did you get the samples?
No, not yet.
Okay, they should be there by Monday. Tell me anything that you heard on. Did you hear any of the broadcast?
Yeah. I've been listening to 9 o'clock, about 8:56.
Tell me what's on your mind.
I wanted to just jump in when you were talking about this product and branding and merchandising and how important it is.
Yes.
That's been a great success for my business. Is a branding a difference between your business and whatever else exists out there to determine how customers come to you or operate, and come back as repeat customers.
Yeah, repetitive customers. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Keep talking.
And you was
Keep talking.
And you were touching on the air fresheners, and you had the different brands on the box, and those make a big difference because if you got your information on your product, your information, your business, your address, your phone number, customers can come back to you as opposed to trying to figure out where you are, and then you can tie in your social media into all of that marketing and the information. And a lot of people don't understand that the small things that make a huge difference in business. You can't really compete with the bigger businesses because
Yes.
it's on a whole different level. So you have to pay attention to the smaller details so that you can capitalize on the chances that come in front of you.
You got it. And most of it, is really what I said at the end is simplicity to cause duplication because, I mean, most people, if you look at people that been in business, out of business, out of business, they don't keep it simple. It's too complicated. And that seems like what you're doing. You're picking up on this thing. I believe you gotta give something away to drive those. Because of this here, watch this. Are you watching?
Yeah.
Okay, baby, do me a favor. Put this in front of the screen. Go right over there. If my wife is gonna put these in front of the screen right there, there you go. You see those?
Well, I think I'm going to have a delay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all right. But when they come up, yeah, you do have a delay. But when now you can bring it back, baby. These are handles that you can use, right? When you go shopping,
That's it.
you see it? When you go shopping, when you carry the bag, it cuts into your hand. When you go from the grocery store, unless you're in the car. But if you had to but especially people that really walk, because like if around grocery stores, there's a lot of, in the hood, a lot of people walk. These, they put the bag here, the grocery bag here, they put a grocery bag here. And they got like little handles right here where your fingers fit in. But if you have more bags, you put another bag on there, you put another bag on this side. If you got more bags, you have another handle here. So when you walking down the street, let's say you had to lift some boxes, and then you had a rope, a string, you put it around, and then you just hook this into the box, into the string, and you can carry it. Let's say you had a long rug, and it was heavy, right? So instead of lifting it, you got a string around it. The string around is a roll of rug. You put two strings around it, hook that one. Now you're carrying the rug instead of under your arm and all that. You feel me? But,
Oh, yeah.
you feel me? Now watch this. These I'm giving away every time they buy $5 or more. I'm just gonna give it to them. If they want to buy them, right? They want to buy them. Yeah, I don't care. Here, take that. Give me $1. Give me $1. $4. Just give them away. Right?
Absolutely.
And how you feel about that?
Oh, no, man, absolutely. I'm with you. I mean, we have the same concept here. With my business, is that you have to engage the customer, and the way that you engage the customer in the beauty industry is to keep them involved. I mean, if you go to Belk, if you go to Dillard, you got companies like S.A. Lawler, Lincoln, Mac, they give away free samples, the different things, if it's new. They want the customers to be engaged year-round. And small things, it doesn't even have to be in your industry, even like you were saying with the bag holders. They have multiple uses. It's something that they can use every day, and it's something that your business gave to them to enhance or benefit their life.
And they're going to remember you.
You're engaging.
And they remember every time they use that product, they think of you, right?
That's right.
See, you see, now watch this. This poster, these are almost gone, by the way, this particular one. But these posters Can you imagine for 25 cents? Every time they look at it, they put it on their wall, and somebody said, "Where'd you get that poster?" Well, I got a Heavenly Body product. It's on, man. It's on.
Yeah.
Man,
Absolutely.
when you make your first order, you need to look online and look at the posters, and go ahead and grab you 100 of those things for 25 cents each. I'm telling you, and watch what happens. It's on. Hey, Brother Rashad,
Yeah.
please take us out with something really educational, something that our listeners can remember and take and use.
Sure. There's a book that I'm reading, and it's called where is it?
Take your
I
time.
think the book is called Jab, 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 Right Hook.
Jab, 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 right hook.
Yeah, it's by Gary Vaynerchuk, and it's how to tell your story in a noisy social world.
Wow.
Okay, and this particular book is explaining how you can actually tell your story and make yourself different from the rest of the industry, even inside a busy, noisy social network world.
Wow.
And using the internet to tell a story, and it's more or less, and the entire book is so great because it's about how the business can give to its community and give to its customers to allow itself to shine through everyone else. So not being so focused on trying to take money out of the pocket, but being able to use the resources you have as a business, as a company, or individual to give back, and in turn you receive so much in return because of how much you give.
You got it, baby. You want to add anything else? Because you hit it right on the nose right there.
No, that was it, brother. I just wanted to call in, man, and definitely participate. And I definitely like what you guys are doing. Please keep it up.
When you going to do your broadcast?
I hadn't even thought about doing one.
You gotta, don't even think. Just know you gotta do your own broadcast and stay in
Just
touch.
got to do it.
That's one of those things you just gotta do. And when you would talk next time, make sure you call me maybe this evening and let me start pushing you in the right direction so that you can make sure you're doing your broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely should talk more offline, boy. Absolutely.
All right, my man. Hey, thanks, Rashad. I appreciate you, and God bless you and your family.
Oh, thank you, too.
All right, beloved. Peace and love. All right. That was a good one, man. This is the deal. I sold probably approximately around 5,000 of these things. Wholesale at 5, retail at 10. I got I don't know, approximately maybe 200 left, and they going. I didn't get rid of these. These are you buy 5 of these for $10. 5 for 10. I'm no shipping. These are walk-ins only. So if you drive down, you can get one of these. 5 for 10. The beautiful frames. President Obama, Michael Jackson. You tell me, you know anybody, Anne-Marie, would love to have something like this on their wall for $2, but you ain't selling for $2. But no, seriously, when people spend over $25, I give them one. I don't care. I don't care. Beautiful frames. And I got other ones too. So I have a variety of these things. So come on and get your stuff, right? Now, the last but not least is these spray pens. You fill these up with fragrances, the air freshener and burning oil. It has a dip tube in it so they can refill it. And mostly my customers are women, right? They put them in their pocket. I educate them. I said, now this is the refill. You gotta have this to keep this going, right? Customer loyalty. But when they spend $10, I give them one of these. I got a thing now when people order $100 worth of stuff, I give them 12 of these so they can try it and make it work for them. Now I got people calling back buying 100 at a time. They get 100 of them. What's that cost? 100 for 100. They're $1 each. 100 for 100. Spray pens. They're $15 a dozen. When somebody buys a dozen of your oils, or they buy oil, you can say these are $3, right? But you gotta have this. Then how much is that? That's $8 for the set. But they gotta keep coming back to get this. It's one of the wisest things that I think I ever really came up with right there. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome. I want to thank the callers for calling in. We're at the end of our rope. But I'm looking forward to doing this every Saturday to inform our brothers and sisters of all nations. Okay? All nations. I love God, and God loves me. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, getting in the church. I'm starting to help the youth in the church and get that thing going, right? Then we find out we got other people that got ministries around and they need product. So that's all. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. Have a great evening and a great day. All right? Peace and love. If you need to call me, 404-578-3549. That's my private number. 404-578-3549. I'll be open for the next 4 hours. Come on in or call on in. All right? God bless you. Have a great day. Come on. Peace and love. Stay out of trouble if you can.